Welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining me. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree. Whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on the YouTube channel, make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe. I always appreciate it. I'm here for a good time. I'm not here for a long time, so I'm gonna keep it brief today, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as brief as I can keep it. As you all know, I'm pretty good at just talking. So I have a legitimate issue with the way in which all of you perceived Josh Allen, and it's nothing to do with Josh Allen. None of this is Josh Allen's fault. It's all your fault. It's all you people out there that turn this dude into Superman every time he has one of these games. Like, come on, who could not predict that the Bills are going to beat the Rams in week 1 of this season? Like, look at the preseason. The Bills are going out there. They were putting their starters out there, making sure they were sharp. The Rams, nah. Matthew Stafford coming off of an injury. He's been questionable all summer. We don't know what it's like. Who could not predict that the Buffalo Bills were not going to? I mean, anybody knew? Everybody knew that the Bills were going to kill the Rams. At least I did. Now, Josh Allen, if the Bills are winning, it's because Josh Allen is having a good game. Josh Allen started off not having a good game. But nobody got on Josh Allen. Like, when Josh Allen was through those 2 interceptions, I didn't hear the Twitter sphere going, Josh Allen's got to take better care of the ball. I never heard that out of anybody when they were talking about Josh Allen. No one said, hey, Josh Allen's got to take more care of the ball. He's got to be less reckless. When Josh Allen is running all crazy and getting hit by 5 and 6 people, there's only one person on Twitter outside of the people that I'm really close with. There's only one person on Twitter that I saw who was like, Josh Allen, what are you doing? Everybody else was just applauding. Mike Margiotti, shout out to Mike, was like, yo, you can't be taking these hits. That's what he was saying. He was saying, yo, you can't be taking these hits. You can't be running like that. And yet, that's how he runs. That's his style. The problem that I have is that he's applauded for it. He is turned into a deity for it. He is made to be a superhuman for it. But he's been injured. And he's going to get injured again running like that. Yet nobody criticizes. Nobody says, hey, man, I don't know if that contract he signed is going to be worth it in 3 years because he's going to have a lot of wear and tear on his body. Nobody's saying, hey, didn't people see how this same head coach who was over there in Carolina watched them run Cam Newton into the ground? Maybe they should do something different. Nobody says any of that. You guys just let it go. You guys just let the talk go. You just allow him to operate without any type of criticism. And I don't understand it. One of the things that I've said for a long time now is if his name was Jaheim Allen, you would perceive him so different than what you do. because Jaheim Allen would be told that he needs to stay in the pocket more. Jaheim Allen would be told that those turnovers are going to kill them versus the better teams. Even though the Rams, right? Jaheim Allen, you would tell, hey, I don't know about paying that guy because his style of running is one that puts him at jeopardy of an injury way too often. And if you think I'm lying, you don't have to look any further than Dak Prescott. You don't have to look any further than Lamar Jackson. You don't have to look any further than Deshaun Watson for examples of guys who are quarterbacks that have a big ability to run, especially Lamar Jackson and especially Deshaun Watson. They have big abilities to run, and they are told, oh, well, that running style is going to be a liability. See, here's the truth. Here's the truth. You ready for it? Josh Allen runs the ball the way many of you think Lamar Jackson runs the ball. And that's why the way Josh Allen runs the ball is so dangerous. It's so unhealthy. Yet nobody criticizes. Nobody criticizes him. Nobody criticizes the Bills. Why? Because they're winning. What have they won? Who gives a damn about a week 1 win in the NFL? Nobody but the fan base and people who have an agenda. The same way that nobody cares about a week 1 loss in the NFL except for the fans and people who have an agenda. That's it. Nobody else cares. And nobody else cares because we understand that now in a 17-game season, week 1 is not going to make the difference. Week 1 is not going to be the difference between you going to the playoffs and not. And even if you look back at the season and says, man, if we won week 1, we would be in the playoffs, there's probably some other weeks you can point to, right? There's probably some other weeks that you can point to. So this idea of the way in which we look at Josh Allen, again, none of this is Josh Allen's fault. This is not on Josh Allen. This is not of Josh Allen's doing. Josh Allen is only playing the game the way in which Josh Allen has been told to play it. The only way that he feels that he can have success. And that is a reckless style of running. That's a reckless style of running. But hold on. Because if you're going to call him a superhuman when he does it, and he gets crash test dummied for 40-something to 50 yards and 1 touchdown, don't be mad at Lamar Jackson when he's razzle-dazzling people and running by them for 11 carries for 100 yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns. If Josh Allen is going to be celebrated for it, you gotta celebrate Lamar. And Lamar does not have what Josh Allen has. There's no Diggs anywhere near Baltimore. There's nobody named Diggs. There's nobody that plays like Diggs. There's nobody as good as Diggs. Nothing. There's no Diggs. There's no let him throw the ball 40 times in Baltimore. So those things aren't even. But what is that when Lamar Jackson runs the ball, he runs the ball with bad intentions. But the intentions are not to allow 4 and 5 and 6 of you to hit him. Because he's going to shake two of you. He's going to run by two of you. Then he's going to maybe lower the shoulder on the last person who's a DB. Josh Allen's getting hit by D linemen and linebackers repeatedly. They are running him like he is the fullback, like he is the short yardage back for the Buffalo Bills. And you know who they did that to? They did it to Cam Newton. They used him up, and then they told us he couldn't play anymore without actually legitimately seeing if he could play anymore. That's what they did to him. They're going to do that same thing to Josh Allen, or are they not? Are they not? Are they going to make all the excuses for Josh Allen? All of a sudden, interceptions shouldn't be a quarterback stat when they ricochet off the hand of one of Josh Allen's receivers and into a defender. But nobody says that when it happens to Lamar. No one said that when it was happening to Jameis Winston when he threw 30. Nobody said that a few of those interceptions were not his fault. They just buried him. Why? Why do we have to look at this guy differently than we look at these other guys? It makes no sense to me. You know what else makes no sense to me? The WNBA finals. I don't see any way that Connecticut can beat Las Vegas. I just don't think they have enough bullets in the chamber. And with all due respect to that defense, they are not shutting down the Aces like that. 3 games out of 5. Now, can we say something legitimate? Is this okay for us to say? I know we're talking about women's sports, but is this okay? Is it all right for me to tell you guys that the Chicago Sky choked? Is it okay for me to tell you that in one of the biggest moments, Candace Parker came up short again? Yeah, so I don't care that they won it last year. This has nothing to do with last year. I remember overseas when Candace Parker was playing and she had a horrible game in that championship game, and people were vilifying her or getting on her, and she essentially was like, yo, I had a bad game. Well, guess what, Candace? You had another one. Guess what, Sky? You choked the game away. And this is the final frontier for women's sports. I should be able to come on my sports talk show and tell you that the Sky choked and not have to worry about backlash from a man talking about women not performing up to the level that they're supposed to perform at. Because this is sport, and sports should be colorless. Sports should be genderless. It shouldn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. The whole point is, did you get the job done or did you not? That's it. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's, did you get the job done or did you not? And if you did not get the job done, we should be on here slamming you for it. The Sky, 20-20 at halftime, came out on what I believe was an 8-something run. At one point had an 8-point lead, and it looked like they said, oh, we're good. We're going to just shut it down. We're going to rely on this defense and try to drain the clock. It was 18. I think it was 18-8 in the third quarter. I'm trying to think of this stuff off the top of my head. It was 18-8. So the Sky must had a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and then they tried to just sit on the clock. They played prevent defense. To use a football analogy in basketball, they tried to play prevent. And slowly but surely, the Sun kept hitting shots. Hit a 3, get a foul. That's 2 points without the clock moving. Get an and one. That's extra point without the clock moving. No points for the Sky. Sky looked up. The Sun were within 4 points. And now the Sky has to try to turn back on their offense. But it's too late now. You shut the water off. So now it takes time for the water to get back. And by the time the water got back, you were down by 6 points. And all of this happened in a matter of 4 minutes. Connecticut went on a 15-0 run. If that's not choking, I don't know what choking is. With 3 minutes left, 3 minutes and some change left, the Sky had the lead, a couple possession lead, and yet could not score again in order to extend that lead. Had turnovers that allowed them to get free possessions. That's choking. That's choking. And in the biggest moment, where was your superstar player, Miss Triple-Double herself? Where was your superstar player to be able to bail you out? Hey, you know what the superstar is supposed to do? When we need points in basketball, we get the ball to the superstar, and the superstar gets a bucket. Where was that bucket from Candace Parker? I'll wait. Seems like we're going to be waiting until next year. So, I mean, congratulations to the Sun. They should be applauded because they kept coming, right? Congratulations to them. But, Sky, what are you doing? You've got an opportunity to go back-to-back. And throughout the regular season, the Sky has proven that they can beat the Aces. And maybe the Connecticut Sun can beat the Aces. Maybe the Aces come out and they're just not focused. And they're like maybe Becky Hammond, who's Coach of the Year, and A'ja Wilson, who's the league MVP. Maybe they don't do what's necessary to seal the deal. But I can't wait to see what that line comes out as for game one. I'm definitely betting the Aces and the over. I'm definitely betting the Aces and the over in that game. I just don't understand how you implode like that at the end of a game. Just completely implode. Completely. It's crazy to me. And now the Sky and their players, they're going to have to think about that for the rest of the regular season. They're going to have to watch this WNBA Finals knowing that they should be there. All because they didn't just step on their neck when they had the opportunity. They didn't go for the juggler when they had the opportunity. Instead, they allowed that team to come back. They allowed that team the opportunity to be able to make the run. And that's just a sad case. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. We do this thing a few times a week. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. If you're joining me on the YouTube channel, you know what to do. Like, subscribe. Until next time, peace.